Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Bubsy Paws on Fire!
Yay!
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us your favorite animal mascot character in the comment section below. And special thanks to Accolade for providing a copy of this game.
I think I know one of my favorites. It's Bubsy!
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yay!
More Bubsy.
Bubsy, 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 Bobcat!
So we're in the UFO world now, or sorry, not a UFO world.
This shirt's a little fresh. Maybe I should check out the shop.
Yes.
What? Are they trying to make us buy more outfits?
They actually don't have that many costumes.
I do like the tuxedo, though. It's like he looks pretty dapper.
I think that was the whole idea of the tux, like, to be honest.
How can you not look dapper in it? I think I'm gonna have to get you a tuxedo. You can wear it, like, daily for me.
It's actually a tuxedo rental place around here.
I know. I should just have you rent one, and then they'll be like, oh, you have a party to go to? It's like, no, my wife just wants me to walk around the house in a tuxedo.
I don't think they would let you rent that.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think you need a reason anyway.
Agent said this was a
I'm weird, okay?
My agent said this was a comedy, Amber.
Do people actually buy tuxedos or they just rent them?
Usually you rent them.
Some people buy them? Alright, it looks like you have to actually do a normal jump there.
Normal jump there?
Or you have to...
Roger.
Oh my gosh, how can you do his voice? Like, ah! There you go.
Alright. Go.
I think it was like sort of a hiccup that I did.
It was like half a hiccup, half. Ah! Sorry. That was kind of scary. Oh, we didn't make it to the checkpoint. Can they please take back saying that this is easier than,
I don't know. When did they say that?
They said it. They were
said
like,
in the tutorial
the Bubsy levels are the easiest thing that you'll play in this. It's like, who says that?
That's debatable. It feels like you cannot jump through that. I don't know. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't remember any Bubsy levels being rainy like this, but
I mean,
in the original, but I guess they are. It's a little bit different than the original, obviously.
well, the original, he did go to different places. I've played the original
he went
Bubsy.
to different places, like the train level, the circus.
The circus was fun. It was kind of like an amusement park, though. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing you had to be careful about the circus level was splatting on the ground because there were so many big things where you could bounce really high and go through like different parts of the level, which was really exciting.
So we actually found out recently that Bubsy Paws on Fire was actually a Kickstarter game, although they did not meet their Kickstarter requirement. Only 17,000 was made for the Kickstarter, and they needed at least 25,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool that they did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome. I'm really happy about it because it's... I don't know why, but playing this game is bringing up so many memories of my childhood that I had, like, stuffed back so far.
That reminded me of the Castlevania stream that I did recently. Like, it was just the fact that I could remember so many different things. And then afterwards, I watched, like, Castlevania videos where it was put to shame, where a dude beat the entire first game in 11 minutes. He did that by taking advantage of, like, critical damage glitches, and also, like, he would get hit by an enemy and he would phase through a wall like Kitty Pryde. And I was like, wow.
I just wonder how many times he has played that through to get it down to 11
Oh, he looks about my age, like 36 or 37.
I know, but it's like, you must play the same level over and over and over and over again. It's like, get it down to that. I just feel
terrifying.
like...
That was terrifying.
But still, congratulations to that person. Like,
oh yeah, he won a world record.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I thought you were telling me that, like, he beat a record and he didn't realize it. He was just playing through it.
Yeah, he was kind of shocked too. He was like, whoa. Virgil. I appreciate Virgil.
Yep.
You need more costumes in the costume shop. You don't have enough.
Well, I mean, Bubsy originally didn't have costumes, but...
Technically, he did.
Well, I mean, he would get different shirts and then they would have different powers.
Right, so some of the shirts that they have in this are based on Bubsy power-ups.
I guess.
And I noticed you guys watched one of our recent Ace Attorney episodes, and yes, I brought Skeletor back because I forgot what pain was supposed to sound like.
Oh my gosh.
And also, there was an episode too where I was supposed to sound like this punk guy, but it didn't come out well. Amber's doing really great with the most of the female cast of the new Ace Attorney part, because
so nice.
The Mystic Maya stuff is all kinds of different girl character voices. I just have to do Phoenix and occasionally the Gumshoe and the Judge. It's so great!
I feel like Maya... I mean, obviously I was watching the anime and watching different things with Maya, and, you know, like, the first time it was really hard for me to figure out how to do Maya, but after a while I kind of could relate to the character, because Maya is just very sweet and kind of... I don't know, she's just very, very... I don't know how to explain it, but she's just very excited about things, and she just has a really cute personality. She's not a normal person. She's very out there with her personality. Which is just like me. Like, she doesn't conform to being normal, which is what I like about her. She's so cute. And she doesn't feel like I don't know, she doesn't like feel apologetic for being different. I like Maya a lot. I think she's really cool. She's like, I don't know. She's just really cool, and I'm glad that the fact that Ace likes her is really cute, because it shows he lets her be herself, which I really like. And it's weird because you'd think Maya would have the same kind of personality as her sister, who's like all tough and like really responsible and like really serious all the time. Well, I mean, I feel like Mia was pretty nice. She was pretty cool. But Maya is like, her personality is on a totally different level, and, you know, she's just super cute. I don't know how to describe it. So I can relate to Maya. I really like doing Maya's voice. I think she's really cute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she is.
But yeah, it is I'm getting a little... Some of the people I don't really know how to do very well. I'm just trying my best, but
that's all you can do.
This new case that we're doing, I have a lot of speculations about what I think is actually happening in the case, but I really don't think I don't know if I can tell it yet. I guess I'll just...
It's a little bit different
I'll have to see
than
what it is.
The anime. Like,
Because,
I mean, the game is always a little different.
Yeah, but I really didn't even get through the whole anime yet, actually. So... But just like watching what I have watched, it's like I have this huge theory about the real reason behind everything in the case, but I don't know.
Be doing that.
I don't know if my theory is correct or not.
We're gonna try to stay on the ground. I think that'd be better. Like, I keep trying to go up here. I don't think there's any reason for me to be up there.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No. That was
if you don't have to, then yeah, I guess you have to double jump there.
Yeah, that needed to be a double jump.
But no, I love how you do Ace, because it's like you have his personality and his like passion for like saying objection down and stuff like that.
Have you figured out what my favorite character to voice is though?
The Judge?
Yep. Yep. Ah, you know me so well.
I was gonna say Ace Attorney, because I thought that was a given, that was your favorite character.
No.
But then you asked me the question, so I thought it must not be something that I expect, so then I went to the Judge. I was gonna say Edgeworth, but I really don't think you enjoy voicing him as much as Ace Attorney.
No.
Because it feels like you have more passion when you voice Ace.
Okay, the Virgil levels are getting a little hard now.
Right.
Either that or I'm just stinking up the joint.
No,
it's
fine. Well, these are fish that are flying, right?
I don't know. I haven't really figured out what their place in this world is. I just know that they're freaky.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was so close.
Oh!
I just
checkpoint.
feel like you're just living on the edge. Living on borrowed time half the time here. Oh my gosh. Little brains and stuff. I really love the music for this. That's what I love. I'm just, you know, I was looking at Bubsy like 3 or something, because I never played Bubsy 3.
Yep.
And I didn't really like Bubsy 2 very much, and I was looking at Bubsy 3 and the music was just horrible. And Bubsy 2, the music was just
Oh
meh.
my gosh.
But Bubsy 1 and this game, the music is really fun to listen to. It's really exciting. It's entertaining. You know, so I'm really glad that I feel like Bubsy is being brought back to life with this game. I'm really thankful to Accolade for doing one of my favorite characters of all time justice. And I still want to see, like, I don't know, another game like Bubsy 1 come back at some point.
You never know. I mean, you can't, in this day and age, you don't want to be like, oh, okay, that's going to be it. It's like, you never know.
I feel like Bubsy, the whole reason why people don't like him, I don't think it's his personality.
Is his voice?
No, I don't think it's his personality. I think it's his voice. I think all the level designs in the original Bubsy were amazing.
Oh.
I feel like his character design is amazing. I think like all his like death screens were hilarious. I just think everything of the the enemies, everything was great. I feel like there's nothing I would change. I feel like the one thing that bothers people about Bubsy is his jumping mechanics. I think that's why he never became popular. I think his jumping mechanics are very strange. Even in the first Bubsy, because you have to jump, and then you usually do a flip, and it takes a long time, and then you have to suddenly flip out and then literally get into like a glide, and then that takes a long time, and then you're gliding down slowly. That's not very practical, like, for a game.
Oh.
Like, you should just jump really fast and then go right into the glide. I feel like this whole flipping thing, and then you glide, makes it very awkward. Now, and I just said how much I love Bubsy, but that is the one thing that's annoying about him. And I am glad that they gave you the flip mechanic and the glide in this, but see how
There's no flipping anymore.
when you're doing this, the flipping is gone. And I feel like, thank God, like they took that out, because that was stupid, and it made the game annoying to play. It made the game,
oh my gosh.
it made the game look like a bad game. So, yeah. So anyway, that's my 2 cents there.
I'm just glad that we're getting to see different levels other than, you know.
I'm just surprised more people didn't play Bubsy, because it's a totally different concept, like with the yarn balls, etc. Like, I just feel like there's so many unique things to it. I'm surprised he didn't get more popular. I don't know.
I mean,
plus he's a cat.
Yeah, he's a cat.
I mean, he didn't... Oh, also, Bubsy had some really cool other mechanics that a lot of games didn't have. Like, for instance, if you would run downhill, you get faster and faster as you went downhill. That was kind of interesting. And then you had to stop yourself, like, you had to screech and kind of push back on the back button so that you wouldn't slam into a wall or an enemy as you got to the bottom of the hill. I don't know. These were things I found really interesting. I don't know why
Oh my goodness.
apparently no one else found them interesting.
I mean, everybody has their own game that they can remember, like, that wasn't technically a mainstream game, but it was still, had a huge impact on them.
Yeah.
Bubsy is just that type of game for you. There were a lot of animal mascot games, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There's a lot of animal mascot games that probably could have been more popular than they were. I guess Sonic just had the edge that nobody else had. Had the really cool music. It had the personality of Sonic. Sonic also had the animated series of Sonic.
Yep. And speaking of animated series, I learned something recently that I never knew. The reason why X-Men became so popular is it aired in the spring. Like, when Batman the Animated Series and other shows were not airing anymore. Like, so, and what I mean by not airing, they were still going on, but the brand new episodes on Fox Kids at the time was X-Men. The other shows were off the air. Like, they were on hiatus until the fall, like with new episodes.
Yeah, you were telling me that they actually put X-Men on the air, like, during the summer or something when most of the stuff was reruns. Spring. And then they would put X-Men on as the only new show during that time, so...
Oh, dang it.
I don't think you can skip that platform. Like, you just have to, like, somehow, like, glide jump over there.
Well, what happened was, with the original 90s X-Men show, they didn't have enough time. they didn't have enough time to like get the whole series up in October, so what they did is they showcased a mini-series of this awesome show coming out, and it teased the kids and the public like, oh, this is coming out, and then they just kind of, you know, they weren't done with the show yet, so they were like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna fix this? So they got the go-ahead to air it in the spring so they could finish polishing up the show. And then when it released, there was really nothing in the world to challenge X-Men. There was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, reruns of Batman the Animated Series did do about the same rating-wise, but the reason why X-Men became a superstar on Fox had to do with it was the only brand new show on the air at that time. Like, everything was on break, and then what happened was X-Men kind of stumbled a little bit when Batman the Animated Series came back in the fall with all new episodes. But it still did really well for its first 2 years.
May I say, though, I only have like a handful. I can count on one hand how many animated shows that I really enjoy watching.
Mm-hmm.
And X-Men is one of them.
Oh, X-Men was so good.
So, like, and I didn't even know what was on during that time slot. So me going back and you showing me your favorite shows, most of them I'm like, nah, I don't know. And then you showed me X-Men, and I was sitting there watching that nonstop with you, and I couldn't wait to watch it with you again. I enjoyed watching it with you. Like, I like Ben 10 Alien Force, I love the animated series, I love Justice League. You know, I like one of the only probably other things other than that was X-Men, and then like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and then those are probably the animated shows that I enjoy watching. Most of the other ones I don't really like. I mean, maybe there's one or two that I kind of like, but those are like my favorite animated shows.
I would say shows that you kind of like is Brave and the Bold, because you loved Aquaman.
I liked Aquaman in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be one of my kind of liked. I have specific episodes of that show I like.
And the original DuckTales, you like that?
Yeah, but shows that I would sit there and watch over and over again with a blanket and hot chocolate, those are the shows I mentioned just then. Like,
yep.
DuckTales I would watch with like friends or something, but I don't know if I'd sit there and watch it like if I felt sick or something. Well, actually, DuckTales had a pretty cool theme song, and I don't even think I have DuckTales on DVD anyway, so I don't
We have a couple of them. I mean, you have to remember, they haven't released the whole series yet.
Yeah, like you liked some of the shows you liked watching were not Real Ghostbusters, The Real Ghostbusters. And I'm trying to think of some of the other shows that you really liked watching. Obviously, you liked watching Justice League and animated series, but I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff you liked watching. You know, I'm thinking you liked the Ninja Turtles, but I can't remember if you liked that animated Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I remember you really loved the Ghostbusters animated show.
The Real Ghostbusters, yep.
Yeah. Which I liked watching that with you, but like, I don't know. Yeah, whereas X-Men, I would watch that on my own. I really liked it. It was a really good show.
I like the Real Ghostbusters more than the Ghostbuster movies. Yeah. I felt like the writing was better. You had more characterization for like Ray and Winston and Egon and Peter. And also, I love the voice that they did, like kind of this weird Bill Murray impression, but at the same time, like they added more of a comedic thing to him, like where you had like Venkman screaming a lot more, and it was like a comedic cartoon scream. It was great, you know?
Yeah. I liked that. I liked it a lot of you got to see more of them hanging out in their, like...
Probably my favorite character in the Real Ghostbusters was definitely Winston, because Winston was like the comic book nerd that you find out, and he loved superheroes and things like that. And Egon was just kind of this weird guy that in the show he also collected spores and fungus and all that other weird stuff.
Basically, like, the other guys were kind of science nerds, and then Winston actually liked
Winston was the everyday normal guy.
Comic books and things like that. Things that kids would like and stuff like that.
Which he really didn't find out much about. Winston was just kind of like, he felt like in the movies that he was a dude who came in to just have a job. But even though he wasn't like the big science guy, he brought in the point of view of just the average Joe. which made the cartoon even more fun. And he was kind of fearless too. There were some things that scared him, but...
Well, I did notice that in the movies, they made Winston more like, oh, as long as I get paid, I'll do anything you want me to do.
Yep.
Whereas in the cartoon, Winston had, like, way more personality to the point where he was actually the most fun character on the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And the other people were just kind of science geeks doing their weird sciencey thing where...
He brought the pop culture element to the show.
Yeah.
Venkman was in it for his vainness and, like, you know, winning all science awards. Ray and Egon just kind of wanted to prove everything to further benefit, like, mankind in the future, like, with this information about this stuff existing.
Well, I wonder if they had made more Ghostbusters movies, live action, in the... like, back in the day, if they would have put more of the personalities of the cartoon characters into the movies, like given Winston more of his personality with, like, comics and stuff like that, or not, I don't know. But
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out because the living actors are coming back for the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
But they're passing the torch off to someone else, so this is going to be their last movie.
So they're gonna do what they were gonna do before, where they were gonna have, like, their sons take over, or...
I think their kids,
somebody's son. Yeah.
Although it won't be their kids now, it'll be their grandkids.
Yeah. Which, I'm really glad to see that, because they weren't really given, like, very good parts, and... Anyway, I don't want to get into the other one, but... Yeah.
Oh, no!
I really like their original... I'm really glad they're originally doing their original vision for the new... like, Ghostbusters thing.
Well, what's his name is writing it? Dan Aykroyd, so...
Oh, okay.
Dan Aykroyd, he's a wonderful comedic writer.
Yeah.
But he didn't write the cartoon show. The cartoon show was done by, oh, I'm trying to remember who they are. Very talented group, but it's been so long. But that show is actually what kept Ghostbusters popular into the 90s and stuff. Without it, who knows what would have happened with the Ghostbusters.
Well, I always wondered why Ghostbusters just, like, the theme song, the t-shirts, everything, like, why it kept happening when it was only, like...
Two movies.
I thought, well, how is everyone, like, talking about Ghostbusters? They have Ghostbusters, like, plaques on their car, like, Ghostbusters t-shirts, everything just kept... Or Ghostbusters merchandise literally is selling, even right now, on Amazon, years later, you know, decades later... I mean, even before they started trying to make remakes of the movie, it was selling. Ghostbusters theme song is on the radio, you know, on the 80s station, you know? It's just like, how is it this popular with only 2 movies? That's crazy.
Because the cartoon lasted almost... trying to remember how long the cartoon was.
So you think, like, the cartoon might have just kept it alive, people thinking about it.
Yep.
Like, even after it was over.
Pretty sure the cartoon was from 1987 and it ran all the way until like 1993.
I mean, that shows, yeah.
And then after that, they did a reboot of the cartoon by like 97, 98 called The Extreme Ghostbusters, which took place about roughly 10 years after the original series.
Oh, those yarn UFOs are from Bubsy 1.
Yes, they are.
Ooh. So did you play Bubsy at all? Like,
yep.
Growing up? Okay.
I did.
You probably didn't like it as much as me. Or...
I did not like it. It was a gift that, unfortunately, I did not keep very long, Amber.
I love Bubsy.
I know.
I really like it. I don't even know how I got it. I think... And my brothers obviously probably got the game and didn't really play it. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a cat and he's so funny. And... So I just got it and I started playing it a lot.
Somebody get me my lawyer.
And it's not like, oh my... Like, most people don't know is I didn't really get games as gifts growing up. Like, I would have hand-me-downs from my brothers because they got the games as gifts. I didn't really get them.
Oh my gosh.
And actually Kirby was a kind of a hand-me-down because my brothers got Kirby and they didn't enjoy Kirby, so... But I did. Pretty much anything with cute personality, I really enjoyed playing.
Checkpoint. Okay, this level is kind of crazy.
But when I was younger and I'd play Bubsy, I would laugh out loud when he died.
Well, it was supposed to be like very cartoony like.
I remember why I loved Bubsy so much, because I didn't feel bad when he died, because he would just be doing this joke and I didn't feel as bad.
Yep.
He made me feel better about him dying, because he was like kind of like doing this comedic routine. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Because like in Rogue Squadron and different things, I would feel really bad if I died. Or most games I would. But Bubsy made me feel better about it. Yeah, he was trying to be a cartoon character. I think that's why they made him like he's a...
Oh.
Like he would try to say lines and stuff like that. I think there's some part of Bubsy's personality where he's a failed actor kind of thing. Or he used to want to be in the movies or something.
You want to know what's going to be so weird about the next like couple years? Is so many things from when we were a kid is making a comeback, but it's changing. Like DuckTales came back in 2017.
Yeah.
It's still ongoing. They just released Darkwing Duck, like the revamp in an episode to kind of like test the waters for a new pilot. And they brought back Jim Cummings as the voice of Darkwing Duck, but it's kind of like that episode of Batman the Animated Series where Adam West came back and he played an actor who originally played a superhero.
Yeah.
So Jim Cummings is not back to play Drake Mallard. He's back to play an actor who played Darkwing Duck in a 90s TV show.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
So Drake Mallard is another character that ends up becoming Darkwing Duck, but it's not voiced by Jim Cummings.
I always thought that Darkwing Duck, that whole like Let's Get Dangerous, and he's like doing the theme song and stuff, I always thought that was one of the coolest songs I'd ever heard in my entire life.
You want to know something interesting about Darkwing? Those different scenes where he would appear and say he is the terror that flaps in the night, or he's the gum that sticks to the bottom of your good loafers.
Yeah.
Almost every single line that Darkwing did with his entrance, besides the terror that flaps in the night, that was the only part that wasn't ad-lib. Every episode, Jim came up with something completely random off the top of his head. Yep.
No way.
And they allowed him to do it. In fact, one time, Jim was reading the script for the next episode, and the writer literally wrote, I am the terror, whatever Jim decides to say for this line. The writer gave up.
Oh my gosh, so you were saying that he literally came up with all the famous Darkwing Duck lines on the spot.
Yep, ad-lib.
Wow, that makes it even more amazing.
Jim Cummings is one of my favorite like American voice actors, non-anime, because he's also the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger.
Oh, he's the voice of Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh.
Well, he's the voice of 80s Winnie the Pooh and 80s Tigger. So he's still doing it.
Wow. All right, I do love Tigger, but not as much as I love Winnie the Pooh. Is that okay for me to say, or? And
also, I really hope the ratings are like really incredible for the Darkwing Duck episode that just happened like a little while ago, because I would love a Darkwing Duck show again. Even if it's in the style of the new, you know.
May I ask a question about Darkwing Duck, though?
Sure.
That entire show, I always felt like Darkwing Duck was trying to be Batman.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's a parody of Batman.
Alright, I didn't know if I was the only one who thought that or something.
It was a Disney parody of the animated series, except even more comedic.
Yeah, because remember when Kevin Conroy says, I am whatever, I am the Knight, I am Batman, and then it's like Darkwing Duck says lines so similar to that, and I feel like, wait a second, what?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so he is trying to be Batman, but they never say it out loud.
Well, the recent episode of DuckTales, like, it is a total parody of, like, going from, say, the Adam West stuff to the Christian Bale style. So, the new Darkwing Duck, what's happening is they're doing a reboot, like, in the show. Scrooge McDuck is trying to get a reboot of Darkwing Duck made as a new movie that basically, it's kind of like the old TV show, but it's darker. It's more like, kind of like the Frank Miller the version. So everything is darker, but like the actor who played him in the 90s is not really keen on the whole idea of doing a dark Darkwing.
Yeah.
So there's some crazy stuff that happens from what I've heard, but I'm still waiting for Amazon to have the episode available so we can watch it.
What I liked about Darkwing Duck is that he was funny, so
Yeah.
The whole point of it was that he wasn't, like, he was trying to be dark, but he really wasn't very good at it.
Exactly.
But yeah, like, I would feel weird if they made a whole show where he was dark, but I think it's funny making one episode where they're doing an extremely Darkwing Duck. It would be funny. It would be weird if the whole show he was dark, because it wouldn't be funny anymore if he was just dark. I don't know.
Yeah, there's been a lot of references to Goof Troop and the Disney Afternoon and the new DuckTales show. They have the whole Power Line song from Goof Troop. Like, I don't remember the lyrics of the song, but there was an artist that was basically like MC Hammer and Michael Jackson in one called Power Line.
Okay.
In Goof Troop. And so, and Max, the son of Goofy, was a huge fan of Powerline. So they have one of the nephews in this new, I don't remember who it was, Huey, Dewey, or Louie, singing to that old 90s song, like referencing back to, you know, the Disney Afternoon.
I love Goof Troop so much.
Goof Troop was amazing. They still don't have that all on DVD either. So I don't understand what Disney's doing. It's like they don't want to make money. They don't have all of Darkwing Duck. They don't have all of Kim Possible.
Yeah, classic shows. How much time would it take to just put that on?
It really wouldn't.
DVD. I feel like it would sell a lot though, because these are you're just like making money because the shows are already made.
Yep.
Just have to put them on DVD and they'll make so much money for people that grew up with them. Because everyone needs a DVD to watch when they're like sick or when they're...
It's not DVDs anymore, honey. It's digital or it's 4K.
Oh, you can't buy DVDs anymore?
You can. I mean, people still make DVD players, but I'm saying like...
I have DVDs.
I know you have DVDs. Most of the stuff we have is all digital. I prefer it because then I can watch it on my phone or my game system.
I always think, what if the internet goes down all over the world and you need your DVD?
Then I still have hundreds of DVDs somewhere else. Of course, if the internet goes down, how do you know the power isn't going to go down?
I don't know.
That was kind of a dark thought.
I don't think about that. I almost think about one thing at a time.
Boing. Alright, so...
However, I do have food in the basement just in case.
Let's give Virgil a shot again.
Yep.
Virgil's having a blast.
Tell me about it. Yeah, so... Yeah.
I really hope I remember the charger for this headset.
I hope you did too.
So that episode of Darkwing Duck, that's gonna be on DuckTales show.
It already released. Ugh. It released a little while ago, but I'm waiting for it to appear, because Amber and I, we use Amazon Prime to watch a lot of the shows that came out, and instead of paying for cable, what we do is we pay $20 for like one season, and as that season is updated throughout the year, we get those episodes.
I mean, I feel like my life without cable, it's just like completely different. I don't know if I've like driven Luke nuts not to get TV, but
we have other streaming services. We have a Korean drama service that we pay for.
Well, first of all, it saves a lot of money not to get cable, but also I guess with our internet it would have been the same anyway. But for me, I don't really like getting cable because number one, I feel like Hollywood is evil. I don't want to support them, and number two, I don't want to get cable because it's on all the time and it distracts me all the time. I can just sit there for 8 hours and not even know 8 hours went by.
Yep.
And I didn't get anything done that day because I was just sitting there watching Food Network or something, and I don't even remember anything that was made on it. It was just people talking. Yep.
Whenever we go to conventions and Food Network's on, Amber will just kind of like
zone out
to Food Network and fall asleep.
And most of the stuff I would watch on cable was really stupid anyway. Like that Storage Wars thing and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's okay to zone out sometimes.
Well, you know what they call TV. Back in the 80s, they would call it the idiot box.
Yeah, it feels like that to me. I just feel like I get so much more things done without it. I mean...
You do.
I just... yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, what's great about having streaming stuff is you have the option of watching it whenever you want to, and you're not pressured to, okay, I need to warp my schedule around this.
Yeah, I'm gonna warp my schedule around this box. I just feel like, for me, it's like you and I can do our work, get everything done, and then when we're completely done, then we can be like, okay, now we're done, let's watch something at the end of the night.
Yep.
And then we can turn it on and it'll just be exactly where we left it off, because we're binge watching it, as you were telling your grandma what that is. So you can just watch it in a row, like you can watch several episodes. You don't have to wait every day for the next episode to be on.
Oh my gosh. Alright, the Virgil levels are getting kind of intense.
Yeah, they are. But it's also annoying not to have cable, because then you can't actually talk to people about shows that are coming on at the time that it's coming on. You have to wait longer for it to be available, which sometimes I wonder if that actually kind of hurts our channel or not, because we can't talk about like current things on TV right now. But
oh my goodness.
I don't know.
I mean, you have to remember, there's going to be new cartoons all the time, and there's always ways of watching them legally. Like, there's streaming services, there are... I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand that Amazon actually has the ability, after a show airs, within 24 to 12 hours, that episode is available to purchase for like $2.
Yeah, that's true. We used to watch a lot of episodes of cartoons and things like that in that way.
So, I mean, technically in school, you could just avoid your friends for like one day and then catch up with them on your favorite show. When I was a kid, if I missed an episode of Batman or Power Rangers, my friends would like ostracize me for a while because I wouldn't be up there with them. I would have to wait for reruns, and reruns took quite some time. You know?
That explains my entire life in school, though, because since I didn't have television at all, most people didn't want to talk to me because I didn't know anything that was going on. And I just felt like it was so hard for me to make friends without having a TV. Then I got annoyed because I thought, why would I have to have TV just to make friends? It's stupid. It's just the dumbest thing ever. Then I kind of became a loner.
Oh my gosh! What in the world?
I thought, oh, I'll show them. I'll be a straight-A student and bury my face in my work.
How did that work out for you?
I think it was working out pretty well. I was on my way to world domination for a while there.
I don't really see how me being able to jump like that really helped, but okay.
Oh, some eyeballs.
Ow.
Pretty gross.
What happens if I, like, power jump on this guy? Nope, nothing. Bloop. Boop. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, that's disturbing.
Why? Why, Accolade? Why? Oh, what is this game rated now?
I don't know.
It has to be the same. I mean, it has to be. It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty gross.
Oh
my gosh.
I don't think you have a rating for grossness, though. That really wasn't like... I feel like that's still okay for kids. It was just kind of gross.
Totally. So, tomorrow's episode, guys, we're more or less going to be finishing off the second world. Which is kind of cool. Because we're not 100%ing this game. What we're doing is we're going through with Bubsy and doing the best we can to, you know, show you guys the story and stuff like that. But thanks so much for taking the time to watch another Bubsy Paws on Fire today. Hope you guys had a lot of fun and, you know, hearing us talk about when we were kids. And until we meet again, God bless Nappy Gaming. Check out Ace Attorney and some other cool new Let's Plays happening right now only on KwingsLetsPlays. Bye-bye.
See ya! Have a awesome day, everyone!